because the reflection is extreme. As far as projects, as far as any kind of fun family outings, has kind of been on hold. We are on major baby is gonna come any day now, so I haven't had a ton of energy to do a whole lot of exciting YouTube events. One of the things that I get asked a lot is, how is the transition from basically being a second mom to 10 people, the transition into actually becoming a mom? It's very different, because I basically grew up with children from, you know, before they were born until they were born, and now most of my siblings, a lot of my siblings are teenagers now, and that's crazy. I don't like that. Two of them have their own business and are like adults and make decisions and are really cool people, which is amazing. But I remember whenever we ran around the house with just our underwear on all the time and made forts out of the couch cushions. Probably shouldn't say any more about that. I might embarrass them a little. Then I have siblings all the way down to my youngest sister is 3 months younger than my son. Yes, 3 months younger. I got married at the age of 20, had my first kid at 21. It's not your typical story of someone getting married and be like, hey, I'm totally ready to jump into motherhood because, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. The only thing I haven't done with a baby is actually have it. That was my story. The hardest part for me was, it was my baby. I couldn't hand the baby off to my mom whenever they started crying because they needed to eat, or they're crying and they've already eaten and they've already been fed and I have no idea why they're still crying. They might have a rash. And also having a child too. Having a baby, being pregnant. That was the only thing I didn't do. So obviously, being pregnant, going through that experience, which was really cool. I was actually very excited about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I was not normal, because I don't think that that's normal for your oldest to just love being like the second little mom. I was a little special, maybe, I don't know. I did not have a huge social life and I didn't really care that much. And I'd rather be baking bread or making a new dinner type of a new meal plan, dramatizing a restaurant in our kitchen with my siblings as help. I think some of those were good memories, and some of them I think that they're thinking, yeah, they're probably glad that no one else really does anything like that anymore. By the time I was 16, there were a lot of younger kids in our family. I had help though, because my sister Micah was old enough that she could help me watch some of the kids so that I could go make dinner. That was the thing that I did not realize I would come head on with when I had my first child. Because whenever you have only one, it's only you, which that is hilarious, because I think most moms know that it's just going to be them. But for me, I completely forgot about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I tried to have a first child like my mom has had child number 5, child number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, where she had a bunch of help doing stuff. Growing up, I didn't ever remember my mom having like a rocker. I didn't remember her having a little baby walker thing. Things to occupy children whenever you need your hands free. Like, there was tons of people to help hold a baby because we loved holding the baby. So I'm sitting here as a first-time mom thinking, oh, I don't need any of that stuff. Mom never had that. I had to retrain my mind of not thinking that this is my 10th child, this is my first. Obviously, I don't have other people that would love to hold the baby while I go do something else that I need to do, or go to the bathroom, or take a shower. I'm a failure at life because I need to go get one of those swing things to put my baby in, but I don't ever remember my mom having one. She must be a super woman. She really is, but that was just taking it up to a notch. She reaffirmed and reassured me that no, it is totally okay to buy a bunch of different things that help you be able to have your hands free. And the other thing that I have realized is I have been so excited to have 2 kids instead of just 1. It's been so weird. I'm so used to the company. I'm so used to there being extra people. When I tell people that I'm excited about having 2 instead of just 1, I get weird looks of people from big families. The way that starting into motherhood, starting into being married and everything, you'd think it would be really easy. It is pretty easy on a lot of spectrums. But on the other hand, I have to go back to simplicity. Wait a minute. there's only one of me right now. And so I was used to a crowd, and then I get married and my husband goes to work and I'm by myself at the house, having to go back and be like, oh, wait a minute, this is how the beginning of your life starts. I've had to remember to enjoy every aspect of it, enjoy the quiet, instead of thinking it's supposed to be like this. Well, no, technically not. My parents had all of us one at a time. Over time increased in people, in different things, and other things that we could do because we had more people involved. The way that my parents wanted to teach and train us up was to help us find our identity and what we were supposed to do, what we felt like God wanted us to do, or just kind of capture any kind of talent, any kind of hobby that we had and just bring it to life. Very entrepreneurial based of a lot of things, and homeschooling really helps with that. So we all had our thing. Mine was baking and any kind of technology stuff, so I kind of wrapped that up together. They would help us, find different mentors that would help us in that field that we would kind of look up to, and they just that was one of our extracurricular things. The blood, sweat, and tears that my parents put into helping us, try to get an idea of what we could do in the future. And aside from education, have the education, but then aside from that, pick something that we know that we probably can grasp. Also, with something as far as in the workforce, like the things with my catering and the thing with the technology, I can do that all from home. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but at the same time, I like having something else that I'm doing, being around people. I'm kind of half and half. I'm a homebody when the wind blows this way. I'm a people person when the wind blows this way. I get that from my father. So having that foundation of being able to find out who you are and being able to make your mark wherever you're supposed to be, and I am praying I can do the same for my kiddos. And because I have it all here, and I have it all here because it was sewed into me, but now I have to be the sewer. Even though I was the oldest and I was, the delegator and everything, I'm still a follower. Mom would say, hey, I want to do a budget, and this is how much we're going to spend for our grocery list this week. And I'd be like, okay, got it. I'm kind of like a follower delegator / both. I like to have someone else above me being like, hey, this is what we're thinking, and I will execute it, man. That's how my brain works. Now, if I have to be the one to make the foundation, make the base, I kind of am like, oh, well, what do you like? What do you want to do? That is one thing that I've had to really work on, is making decisions.
What do you want?
I have a tendency to go with what I feel like other people want instead of what Hannah wants. I'm working on it. It's a constant. I am the decision maker now. I'm the person who they're gonna look up to. Some days I would totally give a lot of money to have been maybe the fourth child or so. It's not the most glamorous to be the oldest. My mom was the oldest too, and so we'd have a lot of cry sessions and come to Jesus meetings is what she would call them. It comes with joy, and it comes with a huge reward because you get to watch every one of your siblings grow up. You get to watch all the good times and all the different things that you see, even in your parents, and the different things with them. Especially when you get married, you look back and you start seeing, oh my gosh, now I know why you did this, Mom. Now I know why you did this, Dad. I understand that now. It's a snip of my story. I think we'll make another video sometime of how my husband and I got together. It's another one of those that's not typical at all. Have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will have less boring videos than this. But I come from two parents who have communication degrees, and so talking is kind of a thing in our family. And so, yeah. Hope you enjoy.